Hey, what's going on? It's your boy, Pastor Ron. Welcome to my podcast, Game Day Gospel, Knickstape Thursday. Our NBA talk. Hope everybody's doing well. Yo, I just realized it's like literally Christmas next week. Like my son was telling me, "Hey, Dad, don't forget I have winter break starts next Friday." I'm like, "Oh snap! It's literally upon us, man. This year is flying, bro." But I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all got y'all Christmas gifts. I hope y'all have all y'all want for Christmas. Um, I don't know. Christmas is not a big deal to me. It was never a big deal. Like growing up, it was never anything crazy. I'm trying to think. Like I never had any. My parents did enough. Like I would never undervalue or underappreciate what my parents have done for me in my life. They have been amazing for me. Their impact is still, and I'm trying to be as be as be make them proud and be a good parent and be as good as them, if not better. But they're had amazing parents who did the best they can with what they had. But holidays were never big to me. Like birthdays and Christmas was never big. So like it's now as I've got kids that Christmas has become a bigger deal. But growing up, and again, I'm not trying to bad mouth my parents or put them down anyway. It's just it wasn't a big deal in our crib. The I think the biggest thing my mom used to do was that she had something called a Christmas club, and that's back in the day when folks used to go to banks and actually have go to uh, deposit money, like actually use cash and deposit money into banks. Like to my mom's dying day, she did not ever use direct deposit because she believed it was a mark of the beast. And she's like, I want my paper check, and she would go to the bank every Friday because she was to get paid weekly. And every Friday I would take her to work. Before I got married, of course, while I was down there, every Friday I would take her to work, take her to the bank, take her to her job. I'm sorry, to pick up her paycheck. Then she would walk across the street and go to the bank and cash her paycheck and put the money in different accounts. And she would have something called a Christmas club where you would save 10, 20, 50, or $100 a week, right? And she would do it for $20. And so every week when she got paid, she would put $20 on the Christmas club. So the premise is at the end of the year during Christmas time, you could then get that money back. No interest. It's just a savings tool. It's like doing a sol or a susu in a sense. Or the West Indians. I don't know if you guys know what a sol is or a susu is. It's like when you have a group of people in some kind of like system where every week you put $100 in, and each week that $100 goes to someone. So it's like 15 people in the susu, and so every week you put $100. So each week that $1,400 minus your $100, of course, I mean plus your $100, of course, goes to one person, and we just go around to everybody gets their $1,400. Same thing, no interest bearing, nothing, anything crazy. So every year she would have $1,040 set aside in the bank. Out of that 1040, what she would do for us is 520 to me, 520 to Pat. And sometimes she would take some out of it. Now that I look back, I think I ever got the full 520. She'll use it for other stuff, but we were like high school, so it was cool. And we would get some stuff and whatever it may be, or she would tell us to put it back in the bank. But in terms of Christmas gifts, maybe when I was younger, I got a Nintendo, the original NES. I can't think of any memorable Christmas gifts and stuff. We'll go to my aunt's house, and we still do to this day in Jersey, and we would the adults will buy gifts for everyone. So at one point it was everyone buying gifts for everyone. Like, hey, I'm buying a gift for this auntie, that uncle, this cousin. So it'd be like 30 people on our list. Now life has gotten to a place where we just buy for the kids. And that will be the highlight, where we just leave with garbage bags full of gifts. So, but then those gifts weren't anything crazy. It'll be like remote control cars, that you'll find 2 for $10 in Walmart, or underwear and socks, t-shirts. Those are the things that were the major hits around that time. Underwear, socks, and t-shirt. On the last time I bought a pair of underwear because I have a stack every Christmas to this day. Excuse me. To this day, they would, my auntie or whomever be like, hey, here's a pack of underwear, a pack of socks, man. So TMI. But that's just how it went. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, but Christmas, it's flying. So now it's, for the kids, you have kids that want PS5s, and my 4-year-old wanted a PS5 for Christmas. Asked him what does he want now. He wants hoodies, and he's 4, bro. He's gonna be 5 next year, Lord willing. But with that being said, Christmas is upon us, man. Christmas Day basketball, NBA, the Knicks. The Knicks are the Knicks. We lost to the Jazz last night. I don't understand how we can continue to invest into the Knicks. I don't understand how we continually stress ourselves out with this damn team, bro. They're 7th in the East, 13-10. I mean, this is the Knicks. They're 13-10, 5-5 in their last 10. Again, we lost to the Jazz last night. One of the indicators of a good team is how you play on the road, right? Knicks are 6-7 on the road. That's just how teams are. Like, you sit there, you win a majority of your games at home, and you're 6-7 on the road. Look at the Celtics, the team, the biggest frauds on the planet. They're 11-0 at home, 6-5 away. This is why I tell you, these teams eventually, all that stuff is gonna come out, man. Like, the Celtics are guaranteed. It's easy to be first in the East when you're 11-0 at home. Cut it out, bro. What do you want to take every series going to be a 7-game series? No, you're going to get tripped up at home, and you're going to have to win on the road, and you're not going to be able to do it. So I'm not worried about the Celtics. Same with the Bucks. Look at the Bucks, 12-2 at home, 5-5 away. Yo, the freaking Magic. The Magic are 3rd in the East. They're 16-7. And didn't I say this last podcast? That the Magic are closer to a championship than the Knicks. The Magic are 16-7. They're 11-2 at home, 5-5 away. Come on, guys. The team that I really think might win the chip are the Sixers, and they're 9-3 at home, 7-4 on the road. 7-4 on the road. Like, that's the teams, bro. It's out of the top 8 teams. Only 2 teams, 3 teams have an over 500 record. 4 teams over 500 record at home, on the road. And when I say over, and not just the Celtics are only +1, the Sixers are +2, +3, Pacers are +2, Heat are +2 on the road in terms of wins versus losses. So, and then this is why the Heat always find ways to win. I guarantee they'll be there at the end. They're 14-10 now, but they'll find a way to be there at the end because they can win on the road. That's an indicator of a good team. It's an indicator of a good team. All these crappy teams, the Raptors, 3-8 on the road. Crappy teams can't win on the road. You got the Atlanta Hawks, who have the worst home court advantage, who are 3-7 at home. Excuse me. The Hawks are 3-7 at home. 6-7 on the road. That's hilarious. Nah, but their talent is dead, man. They gotta turn, like, just burn it down. It's burning down. Okay, can I be honest with you? You have the Knicks, the Raptors, the Hawks, the Bulls, the Hornets, the Wizards, the Pistons. Those teams need to just burn it down in the East. Those teams need to sit here and say, you know what, let's start all over again. Let's throw all our players in the intel pool. Let's do a draft all over again. Because they are slowly into a place of oblivion where they're not getting any better. I don't care what you said. Apathy has set in. Like the Hawks need to find a way to trade Trae Young and get a haul for him before it's too late. Because if they wait any longer, his value is gonna go lower. Like Trae Young should seriously go to. How does Spurs 3-20? The Trae Young should go. No way he should go. Memphis. Trade him for Ja. Trade him for Ja, bro. Ja's box office. Ja will be back in 2 games, guys. Ja's making the case for MVP because without him, the Grizzlies are 6-17, bro. No, but seriously, he should go to somewhere like Memphis to get Ja back, get a star back. He should go. Zion for Trae, straight up. Zion for Trae. I have to get a couple of players with Zion. Maybe get like they won't trade that Jones guy. Get that boy with the from New York with the cornrows. Alvarado. You get Alvarado, bro. Trade Alvarado. Trade Zion. Throw in the these guys like Herb. I say Herb Jones. They like Herb Jones, bro. Throwing Trey Murphy, bro. Throwing Trey Murphy, Zion, and Alvarado, bro, for Trey. So you have a backcourt of Trey and CJ, front court of Herb Jones, who's sick on defense, bro. A potential player, defensive player of the year candidate. Brandon Ingram and Valanciunas. You can't. That team, it might not work. You know why? Because Ingram's the man. Ingram needs a facilitator. He just needs somebody to get him the ball and get out the way. Him and Trey might be beefing, but on the surface, that might be a good trade. Trade him to the Rockets. Trade him to the Rockets, bro. You sitting here, bro. Trae Young to the Rockets for Sengun is untradeable, bro. He's untradeable. They got Van. I forgot they got Van Fleet. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, don't sleep on Alperen Sengun, bro. Baller, bro. Ball. He might be the best player on that team. No cap. Yeah, trade him, bro. Trade Minnesota. He needs a place where he could just slot in to be that other guy, not the Knicks. Cause the problem with that Jalen, gotta tell you, Jalen Brunson's a gift and a curse. Jalen Brunson's is a star. He's not a superstar. But we need a bigger guard to play with him because if not, our backcourt's gonna get abused, and he needs the ball a lot. So we need like an off the ball wing to play with him. Yeah, I don't know. Clippers, no. Kings got the Aaron Fox. Lakers don't have enough. Nuggets is set. Mavericks set in the backcourt. Yeah. OKC. Yeah, you gotta find a team central. Yeah, trade Trae Young. Miami. You see, Miami don't have enough talent, bro. Cleveland. And not traded Cleveland and then trade them for Donovan. Impending free agent, bro. Expiring contract. Boom. But yeah, I don't know. But I think they need to burn it down, bro. They need to burn it down because it's not working. The Raptors, they got their title. They need to shut up. They are overvaluing all their players. They're trash. All these guys they want to hold on to and ask for 5 first-round picks for. None of those guys are doing anything right now. None of these guys are winning anything. I'll trade Scotty Barnes. I'll trade all these guys. They got a prototypical player. They got these long players. Pause. And you sit there and you want to hold them hostage for 5 first-round picks. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. The guys don't win anything. Cut it out. And you let go of a really, really good coach. I'm sorry. I'm not buying this whole OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, even the Scotty Barnes. I don't know. Not working. And I got it picked from I'm not saying his name. The guy they picked last time. Same thing with him, bro. Nah. Sorry, you got your chip. Congratulations. Thank you, Kawhi. And just go into oblivion, blow everything up. Trade OG Anunoby. Take up what you can from him. So no one's giving you 5 first-round picks for him. Just calm down. What that guy's name? Sorry, whatever your name is. So, that's that, man. So so Knicks are just the Knicks, man. I love the reports again for the. Hey, we're in position. I saw a tweet by Woj. They said just waiting for a superstar. I don't think this guy's gonna be available. So we just gotta just overpay. I'm a proponent for overpaying. I'll overpay for a Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan just to be significant. That's just what I would do because we're just wasting years. But that's just me. Speaking of wasting years, we see the Warriors are 10-13, and for the first time I've seen, I'm not saying it's the first time it's happened. For the first time I see there's cracks in the armor. For the first time I see, I saw Steph Curry snap. They were playing the Suns, and he yelled at his teammates who were not helping out on defense. He was yelling at his teammates because they were sitting here and they pretty much did not do the small things, the things that would come naturally to Draymond and them. And I feel like the Warriors are just wasting some of his prime years. Steph Curry is playing at an elite level right now. I don't think you guys understand how good Steph Curry is playing right now. That's why a couple of episodes ago, look back, I had to give him his flowers because I slept on him. I doubted his greatness. He's definitely not best point guard ever, but he's definitely in a conversation. And he's definitely in tier 2. Yeah, he's definitely in tier 2. Let me make sure I wasn't saying anything incorrect. Definitely in tier 2. And he sat here and I saw him frustrated. He's sitting here yo, I'm playing with guys like Brandon Podziemski and Kuminga. Yeah, they're scoring points, but the things that the veterans know of off the ball defense, help defense, different things like that, they don't know how to do these things. These are the things that made teams go from good to great. We always talk about the Warriors being a great offensive team, but if you ask these guys, the reason why they were a championship team is because of their defense and commitment to defense. And a lot of these things that are innate for the Kevin Looney. It's why Kevin Looney stays around. Not because he put some numbers. Last game he put up 0 points, 2 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. But help defense, off the ball defense, the extra pass, the pick, the hustle, these things that Steph Curry is not finding in this generation. And for the first time, I felt bad for him. For the first time, I sat here and looked at the Warriors, and I was like, yo, they're in trouble. Yo, they might not make the playoffs. They're as currently constituted, they're a play-in team. When you have Klay Thompson playing 27 minutes and scoring 7 points, that's a problem. Klay Thompson averaging 30 minutes a game, only scoring 15 points. And honestly, I didn't think it was that high. I didn't think he was scoring that high. Klay Thompson's their second best scorer on the team. Andrew Wiggins is a shell of himself. I don't know what really happened to him last year, but ever since that happened to him, he has not been himself. Bro. And if Wiggins is not sitting here helping out, Klay Thompson's a little bit easier to deal with. I mean, and can I be honest with you? I know Klay Thompson is killing himself because they offered him 2 years and $48 million. 2 years, $48 million. He turned it down, thinking he'll get more money out there. Listen, I would say he'll get more money if it was the old school Knicks, but the Knicks aren't the same team anymore. The Knicks aren't that same team. That's gonna sit here and do all that. But then this bowl, this bowl Andrew Wiggins though. This boy Andrew Wiggins, is in the first year of a 4-year contract. He's making 24, next year 26, next following year 28, and last year's $30.1 million player option. At the age of 32 in 2027, he's a free agent. Can I tell you something? On the surface, that looks like a good contract. But the way he's playing right now, that's an albatross. That's an albatross. I would say get rid of him. I would say find another way to get him. But I'm also saying that, bro, I don't understand what's wrong with this guy. His value is very low. His value is very, very low. So, but it's a typical NBA. It's a typical NFL issue. The typical NFL issue. You have Stephen Curry making 52 M's a year, bro. This year 48. I'm sorry. This year 52, 51.9. Next year 55.7, and in 25, 26, 59.6 when he's gonna be 37. Listen, man, it's a great story. But now he's sitting here in a tough situation where he cannot, nor his team can't get better. On the surface, they did a wonderful job in drafting. They did a wonderful job trying to find players. A wonderful job in trying to put themselves in a position through the draft and drafting well to continue this dynasty. Like, okay, once Draymond and Clay leaves, we're gonna use Kuminga, Moody, and those guys and Wiggins to continue the process. What they're realizing is like it's not that easy. It helps you appreciate the greatness of the Warriors for them to be able to do what they have done for about 10 years now. It makes you appreciate them for being on top for so long, pause. But I think ultimately at the end of the day, it helps you also keep things in perspective that we're watching the end of a dynasty. The Warriors dynasty is done because you can't trade. It'd be very hard to trade Andrew Wiggins. I mean, I can't say that because they pulled off the miracle to find a dummy to pick up Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole contract I thought was the most untradeable contract in the NBA. And they found a dummy in the Washington Bullets to sit here and say, I'm gonna take this guy. Can I tell you something, bro? We could do podcasts. We could be GMs because GMs obviously have a low IQ requirement. There's nothing on God's green earth that would convince me to have taken that Jordan Poole contract. Nothing on God's green earth. I wouldn't pay $1 a year for Jordan Poole. And the Bullets thought it was a smart move. They're probably high-fiving in the boardroom when they were able when they say, you know what? Yeah, I know Jordan Poole is low IQ. I know Jordan Poole has an issue and his teammates don't like him. Yeah, I know Jordan Poole couldn't play with the nicest guy in the NBA and the cheat code himself, Steph Curry. I know he couldn't play with him. So what we're going to do, we're going to trade him and pair him with Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma, to the lowest IQ players on the face of the earth. Not only going to pair him with Kyle Kuzma, we're gonna take him in the first year of a 4-year, $128 million contract. Where year one, this year's making $27.4 million. Next year it goes up to $29.6. Following year, $31.8. 26, 27, $34 million for Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole. So I hate seeing people fail, but the Warriors, the Wizards deserve what they get. The only reason why I'm talking about the Wizards more is because the Pistons are historically bad. So they sat here and said, "Yeah, we're gonna pair Jordan Poole with Kyle Kuzma, and they were high flying in high flying in the freaking boardroom. Like, yeah, that's a great trade. And you telling me I can't be a coach? I can't be a NBA GM? I can't do it? Freaking A, bro. Makes no sense, bro. Makes no sense. So we sit here and we look, man. We look at the Warriors. The Warriors are in a tough spot, man. I mean, the good thing is that their team, their ownership team wants to spend money. So I'm with it, bro. Want to spend money, let's go. But I also understand that, man. Steph Curry looks like, and he can't demand a trade. He can't, and there's so much you can do. Yes, CP3 comes off the books. Next year, I think Draymond is off the books for next year. They're gonna have to let go of Clay, man. I mean, they're gonna have to let go of Clay, and they should be good. So they got money coming off. I mean, oh no, I don't think. Let me double check. So CP3 is not coming off next year. I think CP3 is coming off the following year. Yikes! Ay caramba. So they're stuck with CP3 another year. Yeah. CP3 is making. It's not guaranteed. So 23. So this year making 30.8. Next year's 30 M's, but it's not guaranteed. So that's gonna come off. So they have a couple of guys coming off next year. But what do you do? How do you replace them? It's not as simple. They're gonna try, but I just looking at just Steph's frustration. It seems like this year's a year that's washed. This year's a year that he's gonna be frustrated. You have all these young guys, these Pontomiski guy, I don't know his name, and I think Kuminga. I think Kuminga is probably the guy he's nice. I think part of his problem he's only 22. I mean, you know how I feel about these young players in the NBA, but he's also, I think a young player will not strive in the Warriors because the Warriors have a system, and young players do not want to play in a system. They want to play in a place where they could just sit there and isolate and do what they want. The only person isolated in the Warriors is Steph Curry because he's Steph Curry, as well he should. But everyone else has to flow within the system. And then when things break down, you rely on a good player. That's the reason why they got Kevin Durant. Because they realize that, listen, when things break down, we need to have a person that can just take the ball and score. Because 98% of the time we're running a system, and the system creates an opening, right? That's why, to bring it to football, this is why the Eagles are having a tough time, because they run a system. And when the system is ran and then there's no openings, they need to find someone to be able to still prosper outside of the system. They need a Kevin Durant. Jalen Hurts is not a Kevin Durant. He's a system guy. And then when things don't work according to the system, he throw the ball out of bounds. Right? That's what he does. It's the same thing with the Warriors. Kuminga is a guy that wants to play 2% system, 98% freestyle to show off his talent. If he goes to a team like a team where he could flow, a team where the coach is not as rigid and something like that, he'll do better. If he go to a Detroit, stuff like that, and that's part of the reason why these teams are struggling. Because all these AAU guys, you tank and you bring in the Cade Cunninghams, the Jonathan Wisemans, the Durans, the Jaden Ivies, all these young guys. These young guys don't understand how to play the game. They have individual talents. And you know what's going on with Monty? Monty's a vet. Run this play. Like, no. When the play is ISO, I'll break down the defense and put up a tough shot. Not run this play and then the play will create a shot for whoever the play is designed for or if it's available. So yeah, I'm gonna share on my Twitter page the video, but to see Steph Curry cursing his team out was crazy to me. I'd never seen him this way. And speaking of the Warriors, we also have my guy, your guy, Draymond Green. Draymond Green. Draymond Green is I don't know. Draymond Green is tripping, bro. Draymond Green is. Let me remind you guys. So as fools didn't realize, like, Draymond Green sat here and he punched Nurkic in the face. He claims that he was just trying to just be dramatic to get a foul, but his movement was not natural. So either Draymond Green is just a vagabond that likes punching and attacking people, and I'm not even trying to be funny. He has some kind of mental challenge where he can't control. And a lot of stories. I mean, people have said he needs anger management. I know that him and Mike Dunleavy, who's the current GM of the Warriors, is going to meet with his team, Rich Paul and them boys, and to create a plan in order for them to figure out how to fix it. The league has dropped down. Like, he has been suspended indefinitely. And the reason why it's been indefinite is because they don't want to say 5 games in your back, and he's nice for 5 games. They want to make sure that his behavior improves. His behavior improves, then they'll readmit him into the league. I mean, like, I'm not a fan of Draymond Green. Like, I don't root for him, but I hate seeing him this way. I hate seeing him portrayed as some kind of like thug, but ultimately you are what you do. This is the fruits of your action. These are the things that you do. If you're sitting here punching, like, I don't like calling people liars, so I'm not gonna call him a liar. But for him to say, yeah, I was just trying to embellish to get a foul call, and you just happen to wail your arms like a ballerina, but it lands perfectly at the guy's temple. I mean, it sounds crazy. So either he's lying, and also in the midst of it, as he was sitting there going through what he was going through, he not once wanted to see the guy was okay. That's why I call cap. Not once did he bend down like, yo, my bad, you okay? He just like said, he fouled me. You just punched the guy in the face. And if it was an accident, he'd be like, oh my God, I'm sorry. No reaction. But afterwards, he's like, well, yeah, it was an accident. I didn't realize what I did. I don't know how this happened. I'm sorry. Nah, bro. I'm hard. It's hard for me to sit here and say, he can't do it. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to sit here and say that was a mistake. So that's my point when it comes to that. But when I say it bothers me, because I like Draymond, I want him to succeed. I want him to do well, and it looks like his legacy is going to be completely tarnished. I've always died on the hill. So I'm going to die on the hill of saying that Draymond Green is one of the greatest defensive players of all time, and he should be a first ballot Hall of Fame. He's one of the best. He deserves it. He's a modern day, to me. I used to call him a modern day Dennis Rodman. That the things that he did, and though he's better to me, he's better not to me. I'm not trying to put it, because to me, sometimes as like a disclaimer, he is better than Dennis Rodman. I'm not gonna sit there and try to. It's your opinion. No, he's not. Draymond Green is a lot better than Dennis Rodman. He's a better defender, a better offense player, and a better on the ball defender. Dennis Rodman was a great rebounder and an antagonist and a good defender. Draymond Green was a great defender. So I call him a modern day Dennis Rodman, where his contributions did not normally show up in the stat box. Like he's a valuable defensive player and a valuable offensive player because his passing. I was going through one of the advanced stats. His passing is at the 98th percentile of the NBA. 98th percentile. It doesn't mean assists, but to use an often used pro clubs term, hockey assist. And a hockey assist is just as valuable as the immediate assist. Because that extra pass, that first pass, and sent at the proper time allows everything to flow properly. So I think he's a plus on the offensive end because of passing. He's a crappy shooter, crappy finisher, but because of his passing, because of the things that don't show up in a box score, Draymond Green is a plus on the defensive end, on the offensive end, and a plus on the defensive end. He is a very, very, very good player. And I hate the fact that what he's going to be known for are these various incidents. He still gets, they still bring up the LeBron NBA Finals one. Fair or not, they still bring it up. Now he's known for the choke of Rudy Gobert and this incident as well within games of that. So my two things on that. I think one of the things we can't gloss over, where is the accountability? Why is Steve Kerr constantly making excuses for him? Where is Draymond needs to chill? The initial thing that I heard, like, well, Draymond was trying to get away. It's just more excuses for Draymond. I understand you have to handle him with kid gloves because he's so volatile, but you're also doing him a disservice. And I also want to mention, what about Steph Curry? Steph Curry, one of the things that pissed me off, and it still pisses me off with Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the superhero in the NBA, where folks just hate LeBron and want to hate LeBron so much. You ever see, like, in there was this movie for that I think it was Damon Wayans, and I gotta find. I'm gonna look it up. There's this movie that I watched years ago. What was it called? Maybe, let me see. There was this movie. That's it. No. Maybe it's Hype. I don't want. It's called. Damon Wayans. It's called A Great White Hype. With Damon Wayans, you have Samuel L. Jackson in it, which pretty much is a movie where and it kind of is a parallel to what happened in boxing during the time. It's an old movie. It's like 1996, and where they created this white guy to go against this black boxer, and the people flocked to that because of the fact it was a comedy, but it was actually a parody, but it was actually something that was true. So by creating a white guy, they need it create a white hero, right? And I feel like the white hero is white, the black guy wears black tights, and typical WWE, where you create you hype this white guy up, you hype this other person up to go against a black guy, and you use the backdrop of good versus evil, black versus white, etc., etc. And and the reason why I talk about it is that Steph Curry is, to me, that alternative. That he was always the person that they used to counter LeBron. Yeah, so he was the anti-LeBron. Like, he's the guy, like, LeBron's a bad guy. And I'm not saying it's a race thing. It's just to kind of use a backdrop of saying, like, Steph Curry just walks on water. He gets no criticism. He gets no hate. He gets no anger. He gets no bad press. It's always good news. It's always Steph Curry's this, all the commercials. And LeBron's under a microscope of expectations, which is not fair. LeBron is expected to be perfect and do everything in a perfect manner. Excuse me. And Steph Curry does what he wants and never receives any criticism. Never. LeBron sits there and celebrates an in-season tournament, and he gets clowned. But Steph Curry allows all these incidents between Draymond and other people, and never once sits there like, yo, Draymond has to get better. Never gets criticized as it's bad leadership. As a pastor, if I have a person in my church, especially in leadership, that's constantly doing something wrong, and it's a pattern of wrong behavior, if that continues, it is fair for them to question me as a pastor. They say, as a leader, why are you allowing these things under your watch? And no one has ever criticized Steph Curry as to why he is not doing more for Draymond. Maybe he's doing behind the scenes and Draymond's like, kick rocks. But my thing is, Draymond, someone needs to get to Draymond. Like, no excuses here. This is ridiculous. And it bothers me because I believe he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But what's happening is, if Draymond, I don't think Draymond is going to play in the NBA next year. I don't think no team wants to deal with his nonsense. No team can deal with his nonsense. He may start off as a free agent and maybe someone they try out towards the end of the year for a replacement. But at the end, I don't think he's going to be able to go with a team. Maybe the Lakers because of LeBron. I don't know. I really don't know because him and AD will get in fights every day. But I think that's the only team that I think that would deal with a Draymond Green. He's not getting no 2 years, $20 million. He's getting 1 year, $5 million. Because there's a good possibility he's not going to play again for the rest of this year, especially if the team is not in contention. Why do it? Focus on yourself. So I think we have to start to look internal as well as to why things are not being done. But I preface this by saying that again, I think Draymond Green is no longer looked at Draymond Green, this great player, or even, like I said, a comp to Dennis Rodman, that despite all his antics, he was thought of as a great basketball player. I think Draymond Green is slowly becoming Ron Artest. He's becoming that guy that will be known. His legacy for Draymond Green, I think first his legacy will be all of these incidents, and then they'll think of his time with the Warriors and being part of one of the greatest dynasties, greatest runs. I can't say a dynasty, one of the greatest runs of all time. But I don't think his greatness on the court is going to be appreciated because he's going to become a new Ron Artest. And Ron Artest, despite all the things that he's done, Ron Artest is not in the Hall of Fame. Do I think he should be in the Hall of Fame? I don't see why not. There's a lot of players who are worse than Ron Artest who are not in the Hall of I don't know, Metal World Peace, whatever his name is, but I think that's who he's becoming. He's becoming Ron Artest. He's becoming that guy. But we asked, should he be in the Hall of Fame? I mean, them years with the Pacers, bro. Them years with the Pacers, he was up there, man. He was up there again those years with the Pacers. I would say yeah, but all those years, man, he was one of the best defensive players. He had a great offensive game. He was clutch. All those years, the first thing you think about Ron Artest, Malice in the Palace. That's what you see, and I think that is who Draymond Green is becoming. You forget all the times he helped the Lakers win the championship. All the ways he helped them win the championship. You forget about that. Him and Kobe. You forget about that. So you see, oh man, this guy got into a fight and punched somebody. That's who you think about Ron Artest. And I think that's who Draymond Green is becoming. That's who Draymond Green is. Ron Artest, going to career. Ron Artest, 13 points a game, five rebounds, 3 assists a game. What's his best season? Best season probably Indiana, 03-04, 18 points a game, 2 steals, 5 rebounds a game, 4 assists a game. It's probably best year. It don't sound. I mean, keep it in perspective of during that time. That was a big time. It's a big shout, bro. Played well in the playoffs. Like he was a really, really good player. Is Draymond the question for your group chats today? Is Draymond Green better than Ron Artest? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's close. The NBA champion, made the All-Star game in 04. That's probably his best year. Got Defensive Player of the Year, 03. I was again his best year, 23. I don't know. Is Draymond Green better than Ron Artest? Oh, this is a tough one. I don't know. I think there are levels, man. I don't want to like a cop out. Fudge. I don't know, bro. Yeah, I think Ron Artest is better than Draymond Green. Nah. I think for what I know, I'm on. Okay, here's my answer. I'll pick Draymond Green over Ron Artest because for all the lack of numbers he has on the basketball side, I think that so Ron Artest 13-4-3. I think a lot of what Draymond Green does not appear on the stat sheet. So again, those hockey assists. Draymond average career 9, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, so I think what he does not appear on the stat sheet. I think he's a plus on the defensive side. Similar 4 All-Star games, 4 championships, 1 Defensive Player of the Year award. So they're leveled on Defensive Player Year awards. So you gotta see that. But I think it's just like he's there. What he does not appear. So those extra passes, those picks, those little slick little high IQ plays does not appear. He has a higher IQ than Ron Artest, basketball IQ than Ron Artest, and that makes him a better player. So yeah, I'll take Draymond Green with Ron Artest. Yep, I think, but I say that with Ron Artest is not in the Hall of Fame. Does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? I've seen worse guys get in there in the Hall of Fame. But I think one of the things that's holding him back is that Malice in the Palace. And all the other incidents. He elbowed some person in the ear. Who did he elbow? He elbowed some person in the ear. He's always getting into fights and want to hurt people and attack people and, all that he does. James Harden, that's what it was. James Harden in the ear. That's probably why James Harden has been messed up ever since then. Because that elbow rocked him. 2012, bro. James Harden been in the league for a minute, bro. Ron Artest. That's not funny. Listen, we don't condone violence. We don't condone any of that. But Ron Artest just sat there and, elbowed James Harden in the ear. He said it wasn't intentional, but it's the same thing, James. Like if you look back at the I'm gonna put it on my Twitter page also. If you look back at what happened, like how was this not intentional? But it's the same type of behavior that Draymond did to Nurkic. When you look at it, you're like, nah, bro, this is definitely something that was on purpose. To see the guy come down with the ball, finish a fast break, finish it, boom, and then boom, boom, bop. The guy was right next to him. Harden was right next to him. And for him to... Yo. Oh, my Lord, yo. This life is funny, man. And for him to say it's not intentional, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't realize what's going on. I don't understand. So I sit here, man. But that's the same type of movements Homeboy is on. Draymond Green, like watch the thing on my Twitter feed. Game Day Gospel Podcast. Watch it. You'll see the same exact thing. You're like, yo, this has to be something intentional. So, but yeah, that's the ultimate thing because Draymond Green is likely. I don't think he'll play for the rest of the season. I think, especially if the Warriors keep losing, he's not playing. And that's fine. I just want him to get better because obviously there's something there that needs to be addressed. I don't know what it is. I'm here to clown or critique or play podcast psychologist. I'm not doing that, but I'm also saying that he needs help because I want to make sure his legacy is not this. His legacy is winning. His legacy is being a great defensive player, and But Steph Curry, why you quiet? Because if that was LeBron, we know if that was LeBron, that was his captain and allowed that to happen. Imagine he goes to LA next year and punches somebody in the face. Be like, oh, LeBron, what are you saying about Draymond Green's behavior? Not once do you guys talk to Steph Curry. Right? Not once. You're like, oh, LeBron can't be the GOAT because he allowed guys like Draymond Green to punch people in the face. Mind you, he's been doing it for all this time in Golden State. No one talks to Steph Curry. So I think it's important for that internal accountability through the teammates, to the team, and also within himself, man. Like, don't sit there, man, and I don't know. It breaks my heart, man, to see people that all this talent and all this opportunity and a platform to waste it. Charles Barkley said a while ago, I'm not a celeb. What did Charles Barkley say in this? I'm not a celebrity. Some crap about a star. Whatever he said. What's Charles Barkley's Nike ad he put? I am not whatever he said. Unfortunately, these players are celebrities. These players are raising these kids. Is it right? Nah. Is it fair? Nah. But it's true. Because you spend more time looking at Charles Barkley and I'm no role model. That's what he said. I'm no role model, but they are. They are role models because they are the ones that these players look at. If you look at, I watch. Again, I often tell you about my son and the sports he plays. He's 10. And my other son's 4. He just got into soccer. And you watch these kids mimic these celebrations, things they wear, how they play on the court, etc., etc. Like these things, like they are role models. So they watch Draymond Green and cats gonna think it's okay to elbow people. So I hate the fact that I understand my platform is very small. It's nothing compared to Draymond Green, but I always understand that the cost and the importance of being responsible on your platform. And I think we have to realize that they follow you on Instagram. They know ins and out of your life. They follow you on TikTok. They got all this. Watch how you wear your shorts. Watch what sneakers you wear. They follow these things. And I really just think people need to be more responsible with the platform. You don't have a choice to say, I'm not a role model. I'm not an influencer. You influence people. And I realize that, again, with my smaller platform, the importance of having a proper, to respect that platform and the responsibility that comes with it. So, I mean, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think. I'm gonna create a chat on the Spotify. I'm gonna do a chat on my Twitter page. Who's better, Charles Barkley, Draymond Green, and Ron Artest? I want to see what you guys think, and I make sure I share the results. But thank you guys for listening, man. Me rant about basketball and what's going on in the game right now, man. It's a good time, good discussion. I pray it blesses you. I pray that all of you guys learn something and bring this back to your chat. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the amazing support so far. You guys are the best. I appreciate you guys. God bless y'all, guys. Peace.